April 11, 1970. A warm Florida sun bathes Cape Kennedy in a golden light. Millions around the world hold their breath, their eyes glued to television screens. On the launch pad, a mighty Saturn V rocket stands ready, poised to hurl 3 astronauts into the vast unknown. This is the story of Apollo 13, a mission that etched its place in history not for its triumph, but for its struggle. A mission that transformed from a lunar landing into a desperate fight for survival. It's a testament to the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of catastrophic failure, hope, determination, and teamwork can illuminate the darkest corners of space. The Apollo program, America's audacious bid to conquer the final frontier, had already tasted victory. Neil Armstrong's historic footprint on the lunar surface just a year prior had captivated the world and solidified America's position as a leader in space exploration. Apollo 13, the third mission slated to land on the moon, promised to further cement this legacy. Astronauts James Lovell, Fred Hayes, and Jack Swigert, a seasoned crew hand-picked for this daring adventure, carried the weight of a nation's expectations. Their target, the Framaro Highlands, a region of the moon believed to hold secrets to the solar system's early history. Yet, lurking beneath the surface of this technological marvel, a silent threat was about to unfold. Millions watched as the countdown reached its climax. The air vibrated with the roar of the Saturn V's engines, a sound that shook the ground and echoed through the very souls of those present. As the mighty machine tore through the atmosphere, a collective gasp rippled across the globe. Apollo 13 was on its way, hurtling towards the moon at breakneck speed, carrying the dreams and aspirations of an entire generation. The first 2 days of the mission unfolded with textbook precision. The crew, calm and collected, performed their tasks with the confidence born from rigorous training. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. 3 days into the mission, Apollo 13 was a silver sliver hurtling towards the moon. Inside, far above the Earth, the crew settled into a routine. Lovell, the commander, a veteran of 2 previous spaceflights, exuded a quiet confidence. Hayes, the rookie, meticulously went through his lunar module procedures. Swigert, the command module pilot, kept a watchful eye on their trajectory. The monotony of space travel was broken by moments of awe. The Earth, a vibrant sphere of blue and white, shrank with each passing hour. The moon, their destination, loomed larger, its cratered surface a silent promise of the adventure that awaited. As part of their daily routine, the crew was tasked with stirring the oxygen and hydrogen tanks in the service module. This seemingly mundane task would soon take on terrifying significance. Unbeknownst to the crew, a damaged electrical wire inside oxygen tank number 2 had created a dangerous situation. Each time the tank's fan was activated, it created a spark, heating the wire to a critical temperature. On that fateful evening, as Swigert flipped the switch to stir the tanks, the faulty wire inside oxygen tank number 2 ignited the oxygen-rich environment. A loud bang echoed through the spacecraft, jolting the astronauts. A shudder ran through the floor, followed by an unsettling silence. Then a cascade of warning lights illuminated the control panel, their red glow casting an eerie light on the astronauts' faces. "Okay, Houston," Lovell reported calmly. "We've had a problem here." Back on Earth, the flight controllers in mission control went from relaxed monitoring to full alert in an instant. Telemetry data streamed in, painting a grim picture of the situation. Oxygen tank number 2 was registering 0 pressure, and its companion tank was rapidly losing pressure as well. Their mission to land on the moon was over. The words that followed Lovell's initial report would become etched in history. "Houston, we have a problem." With those 5 simple words, the world held its breath, the gravity of the situation sinking in. Apollo 13, once a symbol of human ambition and technological prowess, was now a stricken vessel, adrift in the vast emptiness of space. The news of the explosion spread like wildfire, gripping the globe with a mixture of fear and concern. The world watched and waited, united in their anxiety as the drama of Apollo 13 unfolded. With the service module dying, the astronauts were forced to seek refuge in the lunar module, Aquarius, originally designed to land on the moon and now their only lifeboat. Space, once a realm of exploration and discovery, had transformed into a cold and unforgiving adversary. Oxygen, once plentiful, was now a precious commodity. Power, essential for running life support systems, was dwindling rapidly. The temperature inside the lunar module plummeted, the walls coated in condensation. The fate of the astronauts now rested on the ingenuity of the engineers on the ground and the courage and resourcefulness of the crew aboard Apollo 13. The lunar module, Aquarius, was never intended for this. Designed to carry 2 astronauts to the lunar surface and back, it was now a cramped lifeboat for 3, tasked with sustaining them on a perilous journey back to Earth. The astronauts huddled inside, surrounded by the equipment and supplies meant for a lunar landing, now repurposed for a desperate struggle for survival. Every watt of power, every breath of air, every drop of water became a precious commodity, carefully rationed and conserved. The cold seeped in, chilling them to the bone. Yet amidst this growing desperation, a quiet determination took hold. Back on Earth, an army of engineers and scientists worked tirelessly, racing against the clock to devise solutions. The world watched, hearts pounding in unison with the rhythm of the mission clock. The journey back to Earth was a grueling odyssey. The lunar module, designed for short hops, vibrated and groaned as it was pushed beyond its limits. The astronauts, exhausted and chilled to the bone, worked tirelessly, guided by instructions from Mission Control. To conserve power, they shut down non-essential systems, plunging themselves into a cold, dark world. Temperatures inside the lunar module plummeted, forcing them to huddle together for warmth. Sleep, when it came, was fitful and short-lived, punctuated by the constant hum of life support systems. They rationed their food and water, each sip, each bite, a reminder of the dwindling resources. Yet their spirits, though tested, never truly broke. On Earth, the engineers and scientists of Mission Control worked around the clock, their faces etched with exhaustion and concern. They devised ingenious solutions to seemingly insurmountable problems, using duct tape, plastic bags, and whatever else they could find to create makeshift air filters and carbon dioxide scrubbers. Every solution, however, brought with it new challenges. Power was critically low, forcing them to prioritize life support over navigation and communication. The carbon dioxide levels inside the lunar module continued to rise, threatening to poison the astronauts. Yet they persevered, driven by a shared sense of purpose, a refusal to accept defeat. The world watched and prayed, their hopes and fears intertwined with the fate of Apollo 13. With their primary navigation system crippled, the astronauts were forced to rely on an ancient method celestial navigation. Using a sextant and a star chart, they took sightings of the Sun and Earth, their positions plotted on a makeshift map, their course corrected by hand. Every calculation, every adjustment was a matter of life and death. Their journey became a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. As Apollo 13 looped around the moon and began its long journey back to Earth, it became a ghostly ship, its systems silent, its crew huddled in the cold and dark. The world watched and waited, their hopes and prayers following the tiny capsule as it hurtled through the void. Every passing hour brought them closer to home, but also closer to the moment of truth, re-entry. The damaged service module, jettisoned before re-entry, revealed the extent of the damage. The world held its breath as the capsule plunged into the Earth's atmosphere, the searing heat of re-entry testing the limits of its heat shield. Minutes stretched into an eternity as they awaited the confirmation signal, the parachute deployment, the splashdown. The moment of truth arrived with a silent rush. Apollo 13, its heat shield battered but holding, pierced the Earth's atmosphere, the friction of re-entry transforming the leading edge of the capsule into a blazing meteor. Inside, Lovell, Hayes, and Swigert, strapped into their seats, steeled themselves for the violent deceleration. For 45 agonizing seconds, the capsule was engulfed in a fiery embrace, its radio signal lost in a cacophony of static. The world held its breath, every eye glued to television screens, every ear straining for the slightest hint of sound from the abyss. Inside the capsule, the astronauts endured the inferno. The G-forces pressed down on them, their bodies heavy as lead, their vision blurring at the edges. The roar of the wind, like 1,000 demons screaming, filled their ears. Through it all, they clung to their training, their faith in the engineers who had designed this improbable craft. In Mission Control, the tension was palpable. Every flicker of data, every blip on the radar, held the potential for hope or despair. As quickly as it began, the fiery ordeal began to subside. The roar of re-entry faded to a dull rumble, the blinding light outside the capsule softening to a warm glow. The G-forces eased their grip, allowing the astronauts to draw a much-needed breath. Through the small window, now clear of its fiery veil, they could see the Earth rushing towards them. They had traversed the heavens and returned, their journey a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The radio crackled back to life, the static giving way to the calm, reassuring voice of Mission Control. Apollo 13, this is Houston. Lovell's voice, weak but filled with relief, echoed through the capsule and across the vast expanse of space. Houston, this is Odyssey. It's good to be home. The deployment of the parachutes, a welcome sight after their perilous journey, slowed their descent to a gentle drift. The capsule, battered but intact, splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, the impact cushioned by the waiting waves. A collective sigh of relief swept across the globe, from the crowded streets of New York City to the remote villages of the Himalayas. The world watched, tears of joy and relief streaming down countless faces as the recovery helicopters hovered overhead, their rotor blades churning the air like giant birds of prey. Divers plunged into the water, attaching flotation devices to the capsule, ensuring it didn't sink beneath the waves. The hatch opened, and 3 weary figures emerged, blinking in the sunlight, their faces etched with exhaustion, but their spirits soaring. Lovell, Hayes, and Swigert, once on a mission to explore the moon, had returned to Earth as heroes, their story a testament to the power of ingenuity, courage, and the unyielding determination to bring their boys home. The world welcomed them back with open arms, ticker tape parades, presidential medals of freedom, and the adoration of millions awaited them. They had cheated death and emerged triumphant, a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration. Beyond the fanfare, the legacy of Apollo 13 ran deeper. It served as a reminder of the unforgiving nature of space and the thin margin for error. It highlighted the importance of meticulous planning and the dedication of thousands. Apollo 13 demonstrated the extraordinary power of human ingenuity and collaboration. A group of engineers, scientists, and astronauts came together, illuminating the path home. The mission became a symbol of human resilience, a testament to overcoming adversity through innovation and teamwork. While the world held its breath, anxiously awaiting the fate of Apollo 13, the true drama was unfolding, not in the cold vacuum of space, but within the walls of Mission Control in Houston, Texas. Here, a team of brilliant and dedicated individuals, the unsung heroes of the space race, were engaged in a desperate battle of wits against time, distance, and seemingly insurmountable technical challenges. These were the flight controllers, the engineers, the mathematicians, the physicists, men and women who had devoted their lives to pushing the boundaries of human exploration. They were the guardians of the astronauts, their every keystroke, every calculation, a lifeline stretching across the vast gulf of space. Their workspace, a symphony of blinking lights, crackling radios, and the constant hum of machinery, was a testament to the technological prowess of the era. Yet amidst this technological marvel, it was the human element, the sheer force of intellect and determination, that would ultimately determine the outcome of this crisis. The room crackled with a focused energy, teams huddled together, their voices low but urgent, their faces etched with a mixture of concern and determination. Every piece of data, every fluctuation on the telemetry was analyzed, debated, and scrutinized. Decisions had to be made quickly, but with the weight of 3 lives hanging in the balance, there was no room for error. Flight Director Gene Kranz, a stoic figure known for his cool head and unwavering resolve, became the conductor of this extraordinary orchestra of expertise. With his trademark crew cut and crisp pronouncements, he rallied his team, instilled confidence, and demanded nothing less than their absolute best. Each controller, a specialist in their own right, played a critical role in this high-stakes symphony of problem-solving. From trajectory analysis to life support systems, from power management to communications, their combined knowledge and experience formed a formidable force against the unforgiving realities of spaceflight. Every second that ticked by brought Apollo 13 closer to Earth, but also closer to the limits of its dwindling resources. Oxygen, water, power, these essentials of life were being consumed at an alarming rate, leaving the astronauts with a shrinking window of opportunity for a safe return. The vast distance between Earth and Apollo 13, a constant reminder of the isolation of their predicament, also posed a significant challenge. Every instruction sent from Mission Control took precious minutes to reach the spacecraft, and every response back to Earth suffered the same delay. This communication lag, a constant source of frustration and anxiety, added another layer of complexity to an already dire situation. The flight controllers knew that every solution, every course correction, had to account for this tyranny of time and distance. They were playing a deadly game of celestial chess, their moves calculated and precise, their opponent the unforgiving void of space. One pressing issue was the rising carbon dioxide in the lunar module. The lithium hydroxide canisters were overwhelmed by the extra astronaut. Engineers had to fit a square peg into a round hole. They used duct tape, plastic bags, and cardboard to create a makeshift adapter. Instructions were relayed, and the crew meticulously assembled the contraption. The tension in Mission Control was palpable as the astronauts installed the makeshift carbon dioxide scrubber. Would it work? Would it buy them enough time? Every eye was glued to the telemetry data streaming in from Apollo 13, every heart pounding in unison with the rhythm of the mission clock. Slowly, miraculously, the carbon dioxide levels began to drop. A collective cheer erupted in Mission Control, a sound that echoed across the globe. It was a small victory, a glimmer of hope in the darkness, but it was enough to galvanize the team, to fuel their determination to bring their boys home. The challenge was far from over. Many more obstacles lay ahead, each demanding the same level of ingenuity, collaboration, and sheer willpower. But for now, in this moment of triumph over adversity, the impossible seemed a little more attainable, the dream of bringing Apollo 13 home a little less distant. The world erupted in jubilation as the Apollo 13 command module splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. The sight of the 3 parachutes deploying brought tears of relief to countless eyes. The mission, once hurtling towards disaster, had found its safe harbor. Lovell, Hayes, and Swigert emerged from the capsule, exhausted but grateful. They had endured the unimaginable and returned as triumphant survivors. Their ordeal captivated the world, uniting humanity in hope and relief. The Apollo 13 mission, though officially classified as a successful failure, became a powerful testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. It demonstrated that even in the face of catastrophic setbacks, the human capacity for innovation and collaboration can illuminate the darkest of corners. Their courage under pressure became an inspiration to millions around the world. They transformed duct tape and cardboard into critical equipment, guided by their unwavering dedication to bringing their boys home. The legacy of Apollo 13 extends far beyond space exploration. It serves as a reminder that human ingenuity can overcome insurmountable obstacles, inspiring generations of engineers, scientists, and dreamers, highlighting the importance of rigorous testing and safety. The near disaster showed technology is only as good as its creators. Lessons from Apollo 13 shaped future spacecraft and safety protocols. Disclaimer: as an Amazon and other affiliate, I earn from qualifying purchases at no additional cost to you. Want to make videos like this? Turn text into stunning videos in seconds. Get free AI and unlock your creative potential. You can create even better videos than mine. No editor is required. Check out the link in the video description below. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Apollo 13 mission. Please like, comment, and share the video, and please do not forget to subscribe for more videos.